Hello guys, it's me again, KillSwitch. So today I'm going to show you guys my player versus environment and player versus player for the monk class here in season 30. So I'm using now the new essences. Let's start with the open world farming. For the skills, Fist of Thunder, 7-sided strike, Shield of Zen, Inner Sanctuary, and Cyclone Strike. For the Paragon tree, I am using Vanquisher, Treasure Find, Greed, Gold Find, Boundless Strides, and Delaying the Inevitable. For the legendary skill, I am using Lightning Rod. Again, I'm only using legendary skills in player versus environment and not in player versus player. For the green set, I am using 4 pieces Isatar Imbued and 4 pieces Vitus Urges. For the legendary gears, just pause this video if you want to read the description. Inner Flame, Driven Thunder, Windchild, Path of the Storm, Calefaction, Respite Sigh, Leaping Shadow, and Boundless Breath. So this is your chill open world farming. Just use all of your 3 buff and then run around killing enemies by using your Cyclone Strike. Just going enemy to enemy. I'm going to show you guys how fast this build is. Alright, Storm Point again, so let's do this. Use all of your buff. And then use your Cyclone Strike. Use your normal attack to jump to group of enemies faster. So easy. One of the fastest class to farm right now. If you want to be a little bit more faster but you need to have a lot of clicking, change Inner Flame into Pensive Crown, the offhand Respite Sigh into Obstruction of Omniscience, and of course, remove your Inner Sanctuary and just use Exploding Palm. So this build needs a lot of clicking. You need to use your buff. Then when you see an enemy, for example this one, click it so you will teleport to it immediately. And then use your dash. After that, go to another group of enemies by clicking it and then use another dash. Go to group of enemies, click it, or use Cyclone Strike. So it's interchanging between the dash and Cyclone Strike. But again, you need to click a lot. The movement speed of what I'm using is enough for me. For the dungeon build, everything is the same except for the Paragon. For the Paragon, I am now using, instead of Boundless Strides and Delaying the Inevitable, using now Wrath and Exorcism. And for the green set, I am now using 4 pieces Grace of the Flagellant together with 4 pieces Vitus Urges. Next, for the raid build, skills, Fist of Thunder, Inner Sanctuary, Shield of Zen, Flying Dragon, Imprison Fist. For the Paragon tree, I am using now Slinger, Unseen Dynamism, Uncanny, Gifted, Bloodthirst, and Deadly Intent. Still using Lightning Rod. For the green set, 4 pieces Vitus Urges again, and now 4 pieces Feasting Baron. For the legendary gears, Humbled Horizon, Nest of Vipers, Rip Current Shells, Empty Cups, Calefaction, Feast of Arachnok, Unyielding Doctrine, and Thousand Cut. Also change into attacking stance. After that, use all of your buff. So these are all buff. We are prioritizing normal attack. And if you guys can see, I reach 12M per second. So this has a lot of damage. I really like it. It's epic. But of course, your DPS will vary because of the legendary gem. Of course, you will have more damage than me if you are focusing on player versus environment. Next build, I am using this in Defense of Srangar, Trials of the Horde, farming Abyssal Verge, or the Erebban Castle. So this is a fast farming build. It's basically the second version of the open world farming. But if you missed that, Fist of Thunder, Shield of Zen, 7-sided strike, Exploding Palm, Cyclone Strike. For the Paragon, I am now using Harbinger, Quick Step, Spree, Fatal Urge, Savage Urge, Illusory Strides with the Lightning Rod legendary skill. For the set, 4 pieces Grace of the Flagellant again, and 4 pieces Vitus Urges. For the legendary gears, Pensive Crown, Driven Thunder, Windchild, Path of the Storm, Calefaction, Obstruction of Omniscience, Leaping Shadow, and Boundless Breath. Same tactic, use your buff, dash through enemies, use Cyclone Strike, dash, Cyclone Strike. Normal attack, don't forget, because we have teleport. For Challenge Rift, it's the modified version of the raid build for the skills Deadly Reach, Exploding Palm, Flying Dragon, Imprisoned Fists, and Mystic Allies. For the Paragon 3, Slinger again, Unseen Dynamism, Uncanny, Gifted, Careful Aim, and Sharp Eye. Take note now, secondary attributes are important here in Challenge Rift. That's why do not use any legendary skill yet. And maximize everything here in the Paragon trees. For the green set, just use the highest combat rating that you have. So I have randoms. For the legendary gears, Malefic Apparition, Nest of Vipers, Rip Current Shells, Empty Cups, Divine Master, Obstruction of Omniscience, Rod of Echoes, and Vedidin's Sting. The rotation of this one is to use your summons first, dash through enemies, use your buff, normal attack them. Of course, do not forget to always use your dash. Just be careful though, and stay away from those mobs or you will die, especially on high levels. Now, for player versus player, I only have one build. The difference of these three is just the Paragon builds. For the skills, Fist of Thunder, Shield of Sen, 7-sided Strike, Exploding Palm, Cyclone Strike. For the Paragon builds, first will be Brawler. I'm using this in Battlegrounds. This will be your finishing touch, Heavy Armor, Rogue, Compass Expertise, and Defender of Sanctuary. If I get bored, I'm also using this in Battleground, Cheat Death, Grizzled Veteran, To the Victor, Overpower, and Juggernaut. For Vault, still using Gladiator, moving these three, and we will get Hold Formation, Quick-Witted, and Uncontrollable. Again, I'm saying this a lot of times. Do not use any legendary skills yet because you will lose a lot of secondary attribute. For the green set, this is a must-have. I already tried different sets and these are the best. 4 pieces Mountebank, 4 pieces Vitus Urges. For the legendary gears, Pensive Crown, Driven Thunder, Windchild, Path of the Storm, Calefaction, Obstruction of Omniscience, Leaping Shadow, Boundless Breath. The same as the one in Player versus Environment, Open World Farming, and Defense of Sairangar. It's exactly the same. The difference is that you need to choose your battles because you will die a lot without any of these skill. So without the Calefaction, Shield of Sen, or without the 7-sided Strike. It's better to go back if these two is in cooldown. One more thing, if you are playing in the PC client, it's better to use the move and attack with your left click. Because I always use here attack and manual moving. But with this build, move and attack. So we can abuse the blink normal attack. So this one. This is very useful in Play versus Environment, especially when you are chasing the enemies. Once you attack the enemy like this, use immediately your Cyclone Strike. This is to chase enemies. So you need to be as close as possible because this will not hit, especially if you are lagging. That's what I noticed with this build. If it is too much delayed, then you have no damage. But it's epic. Alright, so that's it guys. A lot of people are still saying that the Monk class is a dead class. Just try this one and you will have a lot of fun. If you guys have any questions or suggestions, please feel free to comment that down below. Thank you for watching. Until next time.